Hey everyone, welcome back to Fretworks. Once again, I have all the frets installed now, as you can see. Now I have to cut them and trim them and then do a fret level, a recrown, and a polish, but they are all in place, nice and tight to the fretboard. And again, I don't know how well you can see this, but look, let me see if I can find a pointer here. Look how flat these frets were. There's no, Marshall played the crap out of it. He really does have 3,000 hours live playing on this guitar. Not counting playing at home, practice, everything else. Just out live playing 3,000 hours. And the frets show it. So when I was using the tang nipper, and what that is that little piece right there, that little like center section sticks up. So what you do is you use a tang nipper to trim it like that. And what had happened, this was one of the new frets, and what had happened is it wasn't in the slot completely where it should be. So you see right there, that dent right by the dot. Now I can't get that any closer. It was on the very bottom, and chances are you wouldn't have seen it, but I'm not that type of guy. I still had 2 feet of it left, and I used some more. That actually happened twice. So now I got 1.75 foot worth maybe left out of all that was purchased for this. So it's not enough to do a whole another fretboard, but I wanted to show. So you put it in there. I didn't have the press in here, the arbor press, so I used a hammer, and then I 3D printed that adapter on the top to the 15-inch radius, and I used that to, after everything was hammered in nice and tight, I used this and really squeezed like you wouldn't believe, to where veins were popping out of my arms. So they're in there nice and tight. So now all I gotta do is, if you look down the side, you'll see I gotta trim all those flush. And then I have to go over it with this, and you see this will ride like this on top, and that file will file all that down to where it needs to be. Then I can level sand it, recrown it, and do a real nice high polish on it. And then Marshall will be good for years to come. But stainless steel just takes a lot longer to do than your regular nickel frets. So it's a lot harder on the equipment. And that's where, I have the StewMac for these cutters, and then the tang nippers is what they're called. These are the better set. It's also StewMac. So let me show you. Again, I'm trying to hold the phone and do all this. Let me show you how this would work. So here's, hold on everyone, I'm trying. All right. I need to get apparently a little tripod for the table. So that's one of the old frets. So you turn it this way, and it goes in here like this. And you have to make sure that the fret itself is above that cutter. And what I'm doing, so you see the tang on there. Okay, now these are nickel frets, so it didn't take nothing to cut that. But it cuts that tang off. Stainless steel, on the other hand, it literally takes 3 times longer per fret with stainless steel at a minimum, times 24, than it does with nickel. So, but you got to have the good tools for the stainless stuff, and that's where StewMac comes in. So anyhow, here's another update. I get a new tripod system. I'll be able to do videos doing this, and we'll go from there. But anyhow, just wanted to show you what the old frets look like and where we stand. And, you know, like I said, the one mistake when I put it in the tang nipper, and you can see, I mean, I wish you could see that better, but it caught right there on the fret, left a little dent, and I don't want to, even though it's on the bottom, chances are you would never have seen it, but I'm not that guy to do that. I can't do that to somebody. So we just cut a new one. The only difficult part about that is when you have to roll it on the fret shaper, what people call it fret roller, fret shape, depending, all kind of words. When you're using a whole 2-foot section of fret wire, it's not bad. But when you're doing one piece like this, trying to get it in there and then to get it right, it's a little bit of a hassle. But again, I want it to be right for Marshall, because this guitar came from Hawaii clear to Ohio just for me to work on it. He watched the shows and liked what I did, and that's why it's here. So thank you again, Marshall. Thank you, everybody else, for hanging out. I'll see what I can find for a cell phone camera rig somehow. And then once I get all the other stuff going, maybe I'll be able to do a video of it. So anyhow, with that, thank you, everybody. And I will see you Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern.